All right, guys, welcome back to Project Potter. Welcome back to episode 2 of The Last Resorts. We got a full house today. So joined here by Victor, Joe, Nigel, Garrett. Welcome, boys. Episode 2. We made it to week 2. Joe, first time on the show, so welcome. If you guys didn't see the first episode, this is a topical conversation podcast. Basically, we all have a topic. We don't tell each other beforehand, and then we're just going to kind of shoot the shit, see where it goes. So I went first last time, guys. Nigel, I'm gonna put you on the spot here. What do you got for topic number 1, my friend?
All right, so that's where, once this all opens back up and the world's ready to travel again, where do you want to travel to? So think about that. For me, Meg and I were planning on trying to figure a way over to Ireland for sure this past year, but unfortunately that didn't become possible. So that's definitely where we're still heading and everything, but that's one place I've heard nothing but good things about every time. People are too friendly over there, so gotta go and check that out.
Yeah, we don't want too friendly.
I want to go over there too. The homeland for me, Ireland.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'd be picking between two things because we're talking honeymoon right now. So we've been looking at different islands, but we're also talking about like a family trip to Europe. So I'll answer both, I guess. Right now, I would love to be in Belize. That's what we're trying to aim for the honeymoon, but we'll see. But as far as like a family trip, I want to see Greece and Spain. I want to bring the kids there so bad.
Definitely.
Nice.
See, I would go to Santorini, Greece, or Aruba. That's where I want to go. I haven't been on like a tropical vacation in a long time. I'm looking for Aruba right now.
I'd probably pick some island, either maybe Hawaii, Bahamas, Aruba, something quick and easy. But Greece does sound pretty nice. Probably one of those places if I had to choose between it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'd go Italy personally. I don't really know why. I think I kind of always just want to go. Anything like. I feel like we're like in a bubble with the U.S. where it's like I feel like anything outside of U.S. is like good to go. So
Who here has left the country? Nigel has.
Canada,
Gary,
but that doesn't count.
I went to like Canada and Mexico, so I did like literally the closest countries that are in proximity.
I went to England. That was awesome. I would 100% go back there.
Definitely.
It's expensive though over there.
Yeah.
I feel like if I went to Ireland, I would just fucking drink, but then I would just do that here anyway. So
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my topic. So nice and easy.
Good. Nice. Joe, you're kind of the guest on the show here. What do you got for a topic this week?
Well, it's not more of a discussion as it is just laying down a little information. Just given the week that it is. 2 important games happening on Sunday. So this week's topic is sort of insane TB12 postseason stats. Let me list them. Sunday was a 32nd postseason win of Brady's career, double what any other quarterback has in NFL history. So Tom Brady has 32. The next person is Montana with 16. That's pretty mind-boggling to me. This out of the last 10 years, Brady will be involved in the last. Out of the last 10 years, he'll be involved in the last 9 conference championships, with 14 overall, which is. Let's see. It's more. It has more conference champions wins than any other quarterback than Joe Montana with 7. He will start a conference championship game in 3 different decades: 2000, 2010, 2020. That's pretty insane. First quarterback since the NFL merger to do so. Brady has more conference championship appearances as Tiger Woods has won majors. He has more playoff wins, 32, than all but 5 franchises in the league. And one of them is New England. He has 30 of those. See if there's so many, I could just keep going. He has 13 game-winning postseason drives, 13, and 60 in his career. But this next one, he has 9 fourth quarter postseason comebacks. So 9 game winning drives in the postseason, which is, I mean, what? He has more than 2 full seasons of games just in the postseason that he's won.
So
just
based
think
off
about
of that, Joe, it's going to be even more crazy when Aaron Rodgers beats him on Sunday. That's what's going to make it so crazy and so monumental. He's going to beat Tom Brady, then he's going to beat Patrick Mahomes for his 2nd Super Bowl. That's what's wild.
And he's played in 3 full seasons of almost 3 full seasons of in the postseason. And just 2 more things, I'll be done. Brady just in championship game stats: 304, 488, 3,395 yards, 18 touchdowns, 14 picks. Even has 41 rushing attempts. He averages 2 TDs per game. Pick. And
Just wait
then
for Aaron Rodgers.
The one last thing, Aaron Rodgers has a passing rating of 100.4 with 5,323 yards, 42 TDs, 12 picks in 20 games. That's pretty good. Brady has passer rating of 90.2 with 11,968 yards, 77 touchdowns, 35 picks in 43 games. So to that last comment with Rodgers, there's no chance this weekend. He's on a tear. Not only does he win his 7th, but next year he'll win his 8th.
Wow. So
Whoever's next.
just so your topic is just like kind of enshrining him, or like
It's just
So Nigel and Garrett.
I'm just listing stats that can't be found by any other player anywhere ever.
That's true.
It'll be a good game Sunday, though.
That's fair enough. Vicky, you had something?
Oh, my topic?
Oh yeah. Does anyone have like any follow up, or I mean, we all grew up around Tom Brady, so like I think we know these things. I just spreading it to the people.
Yeah, so I'll ask Garrett and Nigel, who's winning on Sunday? Bucks or Packers?
Nigel knows.
If the Bucks can actually show up on defense like they did last week, if they're playing like the week before, that's going to be a real tight game. So I'm not worried about Brady. I think Brady's going to put up.
The Bucks need to show up on defense because Aaron Rodgers is not going to play like shit like Drew Brees did. So that'll be a big factor because Tom Brady played great. He did what he needed to do in that game. But Drew Brees, every time he had a chance to go down the field and take the lead or tie it, blew that opportunity, which, you could see it on his face. He was ready to retire. Like he really was. They were lucky to get him back this year.
4 minutes left in that game. He looked like he had sort of quit the game.
He did. And I think part of that Jameis Winston, we were doing it all season. When you get a little desperate, you start running those trick plays. And I think that's what they started to do early in that game. They're like, we need to generate some offense, and Breeze isn't doing it.
It's funny because they had Taysom Hill, like so much of their offense kind of revolved around him too, and he was out for that game, right? So wasn't he? So it's like they
guess they should have left Jameis in there.
They had to, which is like why it's funny because as Breeze was getting older, they were like building that. They were like splitting reps almost between like Breeze and Taysom Hill. They had so many plays where they like took Breeze off the field. Yeah. And so it's like when you lose Hill, and that's like some of your offense. Like, what are you going to do? And throw your quarterback out there with a noodle arm.
Yeah. Well, while we're on this, before we jump off it really quick, are you guys aware of how bad the Saints are in the cap for next year?
Yeah, it's
they're negative $91 million, and that's with Drew Brees retiring. They can't re-sign anyone. They can't sign anyone. They can't even sign their own draft picks. They're basically going to have a fire sale.
Who are they paying? Like, how did they get in that
I think
spot?
they definitely lose Michael Thomas.
Yeah, they have to cut salaries and fast.
That's bad. I think this is the last year.
They're going to have to rip it down.
See them dominate like they have for a little while.
Yeah, they never got they got one ring in Kind of like Pittsburgh, dude. They won. Didn't they win? Oh no, 09 was.
Kachani, you're right.
Oh no, 09 was the Saints, wasn't it?
Yeah, they beat the Colts and Peyton Manning.
Oh god.
The pick six, right? Yeah.
Oh no, that was a good one. I was
Roman
thinking of
Harper,
the Colts and the Bears was a terrible Super Bowl. The Rex
Yeah.
Grossman.
It is cost prohibitive to update or link.
All right.
Fascinating.
It's got pop-ups.
So I'll go with my topic. So if you guys had one choice when you're out to breakfast, are you going with savory, like an omelet or steak and eggs, or are you going sweet, like pancakes, crepes, French toast, waffles? Which way would you go?
Steak and eggs all day, baby. I love scrambled eggs. I can never get enough scrambled eggs. Like whenever they're like, oh, like 2 eggs, I'm like, no, you're gonna make 3 or 4 eggs, and then I'm gonna take some more.
That a boy.
Scrambled
I like
eggs
a
are
big
pretty
breakfast. So I kind of do a little of both.
good. I would go for an omelet though, personally.
But yeah, if I had to choose, it would be steak and eggs.
For sure. Yep.
No, there's no
Yeah.
divide. Are we unanimous on that?
No, well, I was gonna say for me, it's an omelet with a side of pancakes. I got to double dip. I gotta do both. I'm like a $20 breakfast guy. I'm out of my mind.
Stephen
I love
Anthony's
food.
in Marlboro. Good place.
Ooh, not
Yeah,
bad.
it is. It is a good place. Yeah, I like pancakes too, but I prefer. It reminds me of like the waffle pancake type of like. Where do you guys fall on that waffle pancake?
Waffle or
Pancakes all
pancake
day.
is the real debate. Can we add
Pancakes
French
all day.
toast into that mix?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Make it the big 3?
big
No,
French toast guy.
don't do
Vic?
that. Love French toast.
Yeah, if you put French toast in that mix, I go with French toast. But if it's just pancakes and waffles, I probably go with the pancakes.
That a boy.
What are you doing for
Not
your
Eggos
choice?
though, right?
No, we're not talking Eggo waffles.
Eggo waffles.
We're talking like a Belgian waffle in a maker.
Eggo waffle, yeah. Take them out of your freezer. Would you guys go apple juice, OJ? Are you one of those weird people that does milk with breakfast?
I like orange juice with
Yeah, OJ.
champagne in it.
That's the right answer.
Most.
Word.
I'm a freak of nature that'll get grapefruit juice, dude.
Look at you.
Grapefruit juice is tough for me to drink, man. It's like,
It's a rough morning, but it's too good not to.
well, I mean, obviously you can drink it, no problem. Man,
You know those commercials where it's like balanced breakfast, but there's like fucking 10 helpings of breakfast there. It's like cereal, eggs. What kid is eating that?
Well, if it's all scrambled eggs, it's all you, Kyle. So.
Hey, yeah, man, I'm always that person who asks them like, hey, instead of this, can I get eggs? And they're like, and they think about it. I'm like, I know you can do that. Like, so I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, like, it's a courtesy. But, word. All right, Vic, you got anything else on that, or?
No, that was my question. That was my
You
topic.
guys are short and sweet this week, huh?
I guess so.
The way I like it. So we got Joe, we got Vic, Nigel, you went. Garrett, what do you got for a topic this week?
Mine is going to be probably a little tough for you guys because might have required some thought. With Phillip Rivers retiring today, if you had to choose one athlete from any time period that you could get one more season of, and it won't even be at their age. It'll be in their prime. Like when they come back, it's like they haven't missed a beat from their prime. What's the one athlete you would want to take to come back? And also, it's a 2-part question. What athlete in any sport today do you feel like should retire or should have retired already? Me personally, I want to see Barry Sanders in today's NFL, at least for 1 year. And then the person I want to retire is Zdeno Chara, because I don't want him on the Washington Capitals. I feel like he's lost his step. He was a Bruin for life. We basically tried to tell him that, and he didn't accept that and left. And I wish he just retired instead of going down there.
Yeah. So one player you said we'd want back. Who?
Yep. You get one more season of them in their prime, and then one player that's existing right now that you think should have retired already or should retire right now.
Well, I know Joe's not going to pick TB12 for should have retired.
No, I'm not going to
No.
pick one.
And
We're
even
talking
if-
like 25 years.
And I'll clarify, if you think they're
Even
going to retire
retire
this
every year.
offseason, but they haven't already, that still counts.
I feel like the
Right.
NFL especially is so like I mean, we're talking about Roethlisberger, Rivers. Like Rivers came as a surprise, but I wasn't like shocked by that. But
All right, I got a kind of a weird one for my second one, so I'll go with this. So for a player to come back, I gotta say MJ, just because then you get that. If he's coming back in his prime, we literally get to see LeBron MJ now. LeBron not necessarily in his prime, but you know, you still get another competition with that. You get another fight of that. And for who I think should retire right now, again, mine's a little different. I'd love for JJ Watt to retire so that he can pull a Gronk and come back on a different fucking team that will actually appreciate him and actually use him properly. So, but yeah.
Who would that team be, Nigel? You thinking some Patriots action on that?
Oh, come on, let him go to a contender.
I'd never say no, but, no, I don't know. Just something about that entire Houston organization. We talked about it for years.
It's a loser franchise.
It just they can't seem to get out of their own way with the stuff. So hopefully they made a good move this year. You know, moving on from the coach and everything, but like remains to be seen. He's too good of a leader not to be on a better team that's actually going to utilize that.
It sounds like Watson is done. Like it sounds like it's like a formality at this point where like he's not playing another snap with Texas. So
if I'm the Texans though, unless you get a haul for him, you don't listen to him. You keep him because it's like that's a generational player. If you better get a haul for him. If he's upset, it doesn't matter. Let him hold out.
$10 million cap hit next season, and then a 35 the season after.
Exactly. Like at least keep him for this year. 10 million is nothing for a quarterback. So it's like at least let him hold out for a whole year and then you know waste a year of his career and then be like, all right, now we'll trade you.
Right. Casero's pretty good. You should be able to figure something out.
Yeah. I was gonna pick MJ too, Nigel, but now I feel like I should pick someone else because I don't want to just go with your answer. I was thinking like we kind of missed out on MJ because we're all about the same age, and it's like my brother saw MJ because like he's older than me, but I'm always like I see highlights and stuff, but I was like I don't even really remember like MJ on the Wizards really, so it's like I feel like I would love to go back and watch that. I don't know if I want to pick MJ though when you.
That was wrong with picking MJ twice.
Yeah, I was going to say you can double dip.
I want to see MJ come back in his prime. I mean, that's not who I'm going to pick, but I would love to see him come back.
But I could change it if you want, Kyle. I could say Kobe. I'd love to see prime Kobe again.
Hey, don't remind me about Kobe, okay? It's bad enough that I got to remember that shit happened, okay?
Never stop remembering Kobe.
No, we don't.
It's coming up on like a year.
I think did we pass? Oh, yeah, probably the end of January. Yeah, it's going to be a sad day.
Yeah, January 26th.
I'm not thinking.
This one is going to take some thought.
All right, I'll give you my answer. First reaction was Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe. But I'm on two kind of generations. One generation is late 70s, 80s basketball. I wish I got to see Larry versus MJ, Larry versus Magic, Magic versus MJ, you know, late Kareem, Hakeem. Like, I wish I got to relive that era of basketball. The other one is the steroid era of baseball. I was old enough to remember it all, but as like a baseball savant, I'd love to rewatch it all, like Barry, McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Ken Griffey. Like, I'd love to watch those guys battle it out again. Man, that baseball was so good. Like 99 All-Star game. But the guy who I wish retired by now is Dustin Pedroia. So many kids these days hear about this guy wasting money on the Red Sox, but that's not the case. He's a former MVP. He's a three-time World Series champion. Whether he's playing and contributing or not, I mean, he built a culture in Boston baseball for all of us. Like, we were so used to losing, and he's been a part of all four of the championships in one way or another. So I just want Petey to go out on top. He's a Hall of Famer in my book, and he should definitely have his number retired by the Red Sox.
That's a good one. I think we talked about on Chasing Rings, Vic, where like he's getting paid $12 million this year on the Red Sox roster. Like, it's too bad. I mean, good for him, but
think about this. in his absolute prime, he signed a 10-year, $120 million.
He's a stud.
MVP caliber player, $120 million. And look at, like, I know Moocci's obviously next level, but Moocci got what, 40 a year? Something like
I
that?
think so.
Like, that's fucking wild. Three times what Dustin Pedroia got because it was 10 years ago. That's wild.
His range was just outrageous in the field. Like it's like that. I feel like for an iconic move for Dustin Pedroia, it's like him sliding like to his left, basically,
To
where it's like he goes
backhand.
across the whole infield.
Yeah. So good.
So my two are, I'm going to change it up a little bit. If I could see anyone back in his prime again, I think I would go with Ken Griffey Jr.
Ooh,
Sweetest swing there ever was.
Mm.
I'd like
Gold
to see
Glove
that.
outfielder.
I think I saw him in the Mariners game when I was like 6. I don't remember it though, so I would love to see that again. And for the person that I wish would retire, I wish it would be Adam Vinatieri, because he technically hasn't retired yet, but the Colts didn't want to re-sign him because of his inconsistent production. And I mean, he's done so much. He's won
Rodrigo.
4 Super Bowls, right? In total, and just with his foot. It's just
Is he a free agent?
The amount of it's still a free agent technically, but I mean, I just wish he would retire. He's played like 23 seasons or something like that.
Yeah, hell of a career for him.
He played more seasons with the Colts than the Patriots.
He did.
Isn't that crazy?
I didn't expect
weird.
that when he left in 2006. And
Yeah.
it just kept going.
I got mine now. So for me, my athlete I just thought of Mike Tyson in his prime. Like, must have been a scary dude. I've seen like videos and I'm like, damn, I would love. I feel like I like boxing, but boxing is so dead now where it's like there's just nothing going on. I think
Jake
there's
Paul.
a fight this weekend. It's what'd you say?
Up and coming.
Jake Paul upcoming. Him
God.
and you're gonna fight Conor McGregor, right?
Yeah.
Good luck, dude.
Well, McGregor's fighting that, but that's UFC. But McGregor's fighting this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
this? Yeah. That'll be good.
Rough and Rowdy is the future of boxing.
Yeah. Does ESPN still do like the Friday night boxing?
I'm not sure.
I think they
It
do.
used to be good when it was on HBO.
Oh, HBO is always like HBO in sports is like match made in heaven right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mike
So they
Tyson
took off Hard Knocks.
videos. Yeah. Well, like Hard Knocks and stuff, like all that stuff is good. And HBO did the countdown. What was that? Behind. No,
Oh, they do those 24/7 things.
yeah,
too,
like the
behind
Winter
scenes.
Classic
Those
ones
are cool.
and stuff. Yeah, those are cool.
And all their sports documentaries are always top notch.
I know. I gotta
Oh,
watch
yeah.
the Tiger one.
Yeah, that's exact. I meant to watch that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tiger, but I feel like I remember most of Tiger I feel like that would have been kind of cheating. So,
Have you seen his kid swing? He's like pretty good.
dude, it's
Yeah.
like a mini me. It's
It's
ridiculous.
just like, what is happening with that family?
The same exact mannerisms and everything. Like, it's crazy. But when you're the most dominant athlete, like, I'm sure Tom Brady has a son, right? I know he's
Yeah, Jack isn't gonna be. I don't think a quarterback. But,
no.
No.
he looks
Imagine-
like more of like a IT specialist or something. Like that.
Yeah. Yeah, his
Yeah.
kids do not look athletic, but neither did he.
Neither does Brady. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
But then you get that get that fine line between like parents living vicariously through their kids, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna have my kid do this because I couldn't do this as an adult, and it's like, well, make sure your kid wants to do that first.
Yeah, Philip Rivers is now the coach of his son's high school team.
Yeah, he like went right to that. They must have had like a opening for him, I think, because he like retired and then immediately was like the head coach of that.
Like,
Good for him.
pretty cool.
Well, at least they know he won't swear around the kids.
Yeah, I know, right? You guys picked some good ones with retiring, like Chara, Pedroia come to mind for me.
Wayne Gretzky, I would like to see.
Yeah.
Gretzky, of course. Like, yeah.
I thought about Sean Kemp, because I felt like his career was
yeah.
cut really short.
Mm,
Penny Hardaway, guys like that.
Yeah. I don't know who's like active right now that I feel like is past their prime, because like, I mean, we saw it with Peyton Manning. So like at the end of Peyton Manning, it was like everyone knew like that dude's done. Except he like had that 1 year where he broke Tom's record because he had like Wes Welker. It was
Yeah, he popped off that year. The first game he came out to
Demaryius
like
Thomas.
7 TDs.
55 TD.
Yeah, DT.
Yeah,
Nigel
Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders, they were so good.
Yep. And
And Eric
what's his
Decker.
name? The tight
Yep,
end
Eric
there.
Decker.
Thomas.
Yeah,
His name was Thomas too, right?
Yeah, Julius Thomas.
Julius.
Yeah.
He was a beast. And then he went to the Jaguars and like disappeared.
I don't want to say Julian Edelman because like I think there's still something left in the tank there, but like I hope he doesn't
be
like.
a Buccaneer.
I hope so. I mean, honestly, if because Gronk's coming back, they said already. So like, I would rather if he can't work with us, I'd rather just be like, go with Tom. Like go, basically like
Go with God.
Seriously, but I don't know. It's just seeing Edelman play like 5 snaps and then like get hurt. Like this year, I was like, I don't want it to go out like this. Like, but I don't know. I don't put like Zdeno Chara, right? No one's gonna remember him in the Capitals, unless he like kills it. But I'm sure he's just gonna be forgotten about. Like Brett Favre, no one really. I mean, he had one really good year with the Vikings, but like, I don't know. For the most part, like he went to the Jets that people forget, and like.
It's hard to forget, bro.
Brett Favre is a Packer, like 100%.
Yeah.
Like same thing with Brady. It's like, but Brady's thing changes if he wins a ring or two, because like then it's. I mean, they're not going to remember him as a Buccaneer, but like, I don't know. I think it's different, but. So yeah, I guess Edelman is my answer, but I can't really think of like anyone else that is active that I am like, yeah, you should not be playing anymore.
I honestly. Going out here on a limb, I wouldn't mind if Belichick retired.
There were rumors that he might just like retire.
Oh. A couple of years, you. I'll let you know.
Once he sees Cam throw the ball again, he'll be like, "I'm good."
I wouldn't
To
mind
retire because I think he like, for some weird reason, I just don't think he wants to like give a spot to Josh McDaniels. He wants Josh McDaniels
He's
to
gonna
like
go to
leave.
Philly, so
He's not going.
He's like Josh McDaniels leave so I can give it to my son, who knows nothing.
Yeah, he did good. So, but all right, but yeah, well, I almost forgot. I got my topic to go, so we'll kind of wrap it up here. So my topic is why are we so afraid of failure? And this is just kind of like I thought about this one because like this is obviously I guess now last year when I started the YouTube channel here, like I wanted to do content for years and years, and I was always so afraid. And like so this is just in a general sense in life, like. I think about like going back to like, when you're like middle school and even now today, like you want to ask a girl out and it's like, you're so afraid of failure. And it's like, what is that feeling where it's like, why do we give a shit about like, one, what other people think, two, of like being rejected? Why is that such a scary notion? And like, I don't know. It's just weird. Cause like now that I have the channel, it's like, all I want to do is make content. And I'm like, I should have done this 3 years ago. Like, and it's like, I feel like I wasted so much time. And like, now it's like, I don't know. It's like I was like, what was I scared of? I don't even know. So, kind of like an open-ended question, but
yeah, I mean, you kind of just got to do shit until you figure out, And I guess you can't be afraid to fail, right?
Yeah, but is that like inherent? Like, do you guys think that's just like a natural, like people say?
I think everyone
just
thinks
like
it.
a
I think everyone thinks
subconscious.
it a little, but I mean, there are obviously people who are more just like more naturally confident, Like I know people who are like very confident and to do a task, but then I know people who can do the task but might not be as confident, might take them longer.
Ready for this one? I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and miss. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Name that author, whatever.
MJ, then Michael Scott. Yeah.
Perfect. So I mean,
That's so funny.
Honestly, like I've failed so many times at so many different things that you have to just put yourself out there. You have to find the confidence. Why are we afraid of failure? Because it hurts. But, the more times you get back on the horse, eventually you're going to keep riding that fucking thing until, the sun sets and you're going to have a good life. So you just keep fucking trying. Don't be complacent. Fuck failure. We've all been there before.
I think you learn more from failure than you do success for sure. Because like failure you can kind of analyze it and say, well, why did I fail? You know what I mean? And then it's like, okay, so how do I correct that going forward?
Anyone
I
else?
mean, yes,
I was gonna say, is that
you're
It's
quoted
just one of those
MJ, I'm
things
like,
where
all right,
you don't want to be
that's
denied something you want.
Feel the fear and go for it.
I just always think of that thing though, like what's the worst that can happen? Because it's never as bad when you fail at something. It's never as bad as you like make it up in your mind. So it's like,
Or like when you're afraid to ask something for someone for something, or like what's the worst thing they can say? No, you're already there, right?
You're right back to where you started, yeah.
yeah. So we should all just be fearless.
Preach.
Try to be.
Well, you work a couple Saturdays at Sky Zone behind the counter, you'll get fearless.
Yeah. So yeah. Any closing thoughts? I think we got everyone's topic.
Is that all 5 topics?
Yep.
That's everyone, right? We didn't skip anyone.
Cool.
We're making good time.
Time flies when
Yeah,
you're not afraid to fail. You know what I mean?
Preach.
But
That was a good
All right.
one.
All right, boys, that was kind of funny.
actually, real quick, while you say that, this shirt here, the podcast, this is actually like what inspired me to make my own channel, because this is the channel that I like watched for like a few years, and they started at their like, you know, at a kitchen table in a basement, and like now they have a studio. I think I've shown you guys like the video before, but it's, I mean, this is just a comfortable ass sweatshirt. So, but like I think about that where I'm like, yeah, this is kind of why I started doing this. So only way to go is up. Or
Hey,
people
you've got a
fucking hate
dream.
the video, and then it's like, it's okay, on to the next one.
Hey, we have a female VP, Kyle. You can do anything, bro.
Yeah, it's a new day.
Exactly.
So,
It
all
is
right,
a
guys,
new
well,
day.
thank you for joining me. This has been episode 2 of The Last Resorts, our topical show. Again, we all bring a topic, we talk about it. Can be any topic. No, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm so afraid to fail right now that I don't know. I can't.
Don't be a failure.
No limitations. So, but yeah, check out the channel, guys. This is Project Potter, lots of other content. But yeah, thanks for joining me, boys, and we'll see you next week.